There's a buzz on social media you won't want to miss. After the excitement of the Chinese Grand Prix, drivers Lando Norris and Max Verstappen shared a flight, posting the moment on Instagram. But the unexpected twist in the comments is stealing the spotlight. Kelly Piquet, known for her sharp insights, dropped a reply with everyone talking. What did she say? And why is it causing such a stir? So let's watch this video today to learn all the details of this unexpected exchange that has the Formula One world abuzz. On Instagram, Lando Norris and Max Verstappen shared a photo showing them on what looks like Verstappen's private jet. They had just finished first and second at the Chinese Grand Prix and were returning from a great weekend in Shanghai. Under the photo, Kelly Piquet jokes, "You're sitting in my seat." Also, their friend Martin Gerard Garretson, who is famous as Martin Garrix, joined in the fun, commenting, "The boys!" So, what exactly happened? Kelly Piquet is often seen supporting her partner Max Verstappen at races worldwide. She's been there as Verstappen sets new records. Recently, Lando Norris, a close friend of Verstappen, joined him on one of his trips. After the Chinese Grand Prix, Verstappen shared a photo on Instagram showing him and Norris inside a plane. This plane likely belongs to Verstappen and is worth millions of dollars. It's the same plane Piquet uses when she travels with Verstappen. But there was a small problem. Norris accidentally sat in Piquet's seat, which is right across from Verstappen's. Piquet jokingly reminded Norris of her spot, showing she had a good sense of humor about the situation. It seemed like a light-hearted moment among friends. As said, under Verstappen's Instagram post, Kelly Piquet playfully commented, "You're sitting in my seat," accompanied by an emoji with raised eyebrows. This was all in good fun from Piquet, showing the close and jovial relationship among the group. Lando Norris, a good friend of Verstappen, often hangs out with him and his circle, including DJ Martin Garrix, who also left a comment on the post. Piquet's comment was just friendly teasing, a light-hearted exchange highlighting her playful rapport with Norris. But surprisingly, Kelly can expect to reclaim her usual spot next to Max soon enough. The Formula One season is heading to Miami next, where Verstappen will once again be a strong favorite. Piquet will likely be back in her familiar seat beside her partner, ready to support him as he competes. Verstappen and Norris were in high spirits after the Chinese Grand Prix, where they secured first and second place, respectively. Verstappen, feeling elated after dominating the race, expressed his satisfaction, saying, "It felt fantastic. We were very fast all weekend. It's fun, and everything went smoothly." He finished the race with a commanding lead of almost 14 seconds. Meanwhile, Norris, who performed exceptionally well to secure second place, shared his excitement, stating, "I'm surprised and so happy for the whole team. Both drivers were thrilled with their performance and the success of their respective teams at the event." Chinese Grand Prix result. Just hours before leaving Shanghai, both Max Verstappen and Lando Norris had put forth compelling performances at the Chinese Grand Prix. Verstappen's strategy was clear from the beginning: dominate every lap, leading him to a victory by a substantial margin. Starting from fourth on the grid, Norris managed to push his McLaren beyond its limits, securing his second podium of the season by finishing in second place. At the Chinese GP, Max Verstappen took home the victory, yet the real talk of the town was Lando Norris from McLaren. While Norris has not yet secured his first win in Formula One, his performance in Shanghai clearly indicates that his time is coming soon. Against all expectations, Norris claimed an impressive second place, leaving his team and fans amazed. Before the race, Norris himself might not have predicted finishing ahead of the Ferraris, but he did more than just outpace them. He also shook up Red Bull, proving that their dominance in the sport hinges significantly on Verstappen. This race signaled to all that Red Bull's grip on Formula One could be much weaker without Verstappen. Further, Max Verstappen clinched victory at the Chinese Grand Prix, showcasing his usual dominance, despite having to reclaim his lead twice due to interruptions from two safety cars. His win highlighted his formidable pace and widened his lead over his teammate Sergio Perez, who finished third by 25 points. This performance was very much in line with what one expects from the 2024 Formula One season, standing out primarily because of Verstappen's almost overwhelming speed advantage. Behind Verstappen, Lando Norris and McLaren delivered a performance that was nothing short of surprising. With a remarkable showing, they exceeded everyone's expectations, including their own. This element of surprise provided exactly the kind of thrilling twist that Formula One thrives on, especially as Verstappen appears to be cruising towards his fourth championship title. So, Verstappen's win in Shanghai further solidified his lead in the championship standings with a 25-point advantage over his teammate Sergio Perez. This increasing gap at the top of the leaderboard underpins the general anticipation that Verstappen is on a steady path to clinching his fourth world championship by the end of the season. His consistent performance continues to set a high bar in the Formula One world. Meanwhile, Norris viewed his second-place finish almost as a personal victory. Given Verstappen's current form, any opportunity to finish just behind or even close to the Red Bull star feels like a significant achievement. In a post-race interview with former F1 driver Nico Rosberg, Norris expressed this sentiment, acknowledging the challenge of competing with Verstappen's level of dominance. However, Norris also touched on a broader concern within the sport during his interview. He noted that Verstappen's unbroken string of victories might be diminishing the appeal of Formula One, as predictability tends to deter fan interest. According to Norris, the excitement for fans lies in the unpredictability and competitiveness of the races, elements that are currently being overshadowed by one team's dominance. Lando Norris is concerned over boring Max Verstappen's dominance. The McLaren driver is part of the group striving to challenge Max Verstappen's dominance in Formula One. Although Norris secured a commendable second-place finish at the recent Chinese Grand Prix, Verstappen's victory was never really in jeopardy as he effortlessly clinched his fourth win of the 2024 season. Off the track, Norris and Verstappen share a friendship, yet Norris is candid about the implications of Verstappen's ongoing supremacy in the sport. He has voiced concerns about the impact of such dominance on the sport's fan base, suggesting it might detract from viewer enjoyment due to the predictability. "It is frustrating for people watching, but it has always been like this," Norris stated, as reported by the Press Association. His comment defines the tension between the desire for competitive racing and the reality of a single driver's continued control over the series. Further, Norris believes that this era of domination is unparalleled and detrimental to the spectator experience. Now, we are seeing more dominance than ever, so it is never going to be the best to watch, and the only exciting races have been the ones that Max is not in, Norris said. Expanding on this viewpoint, Norris explained the natural consequences of such a scenario for fans. "Of course, it is going to be a turn-off. There is no way you can say it won't be. If you see the same driver winning every single time without a fight, then it does start to become boring, and that is obvious," he remarked. He acknowledged Verstappen's exceptional skill and the superiority of his car, which together create a nearly unbeatable combination. "You have got one of the best drivers ever in Formula One, in one of the most dominant cars, and it is a combination that is deadly," said Norris. Norris even speculated on a different scenario, suggesting that if the roles were changed and it was Sergio Perez dominating the races in such a manner, the situation might not feel as repetitive. If Max wasn't there and you had two Sergio Perezes, it wouldn't be the case. He acknowledged the expertise and strategic acumen behind Red Bull's success in Formula One, making it clear that his previous comments were not meant to undermine the achievements of the smart people at Red Bull. As Formula One continues through its ground effect era, Red Bull team members consistently hope the competitive field will level out. However, the reality remains that no other team has yet figured out how to consistently challenge the dominance of the Austrian powerhouse. Norris shared his perspective on the situation, noting that despite the hopes for a more competitive grid, it's unrealistic to expect other teams to suddenly elevate to Red Bull's level of performance. "Am I surprised how far Red Bull is ahead? No," Norris stated. "When you know how tricky it is to get it right, then it makes sense. They are just smart people." He further stated about the prospects of competition evening out, hinting at a gradual approach to reaching parity. You hope teams plateau and we are starting to get there, but at the same time to suddenly jump and catch them, Red Bull, it just doesn't work like that. So, what do you think of the shocking heated exchange and the result from the Chinese Grand Prix? Comment below and subscribe for more.